Welcome to the Columbus Regional Airport Authority snow route training for the North Airfield. We're going to be doing the standard route on the North Airfield. And today I have Jameer Forrester, one of our fine operators here at Airfield Maintenance, be leading the pack right now, and off we go. We are currently on the 10 left hold pad, proceeding on taxiway Echo. See the lineup of multi-functions, plows, and brooms. And we're swinging out to get the full length of taxiway Echo. Out in front of us right now is airport operations, leading as Snow Boss. On the standard route on the North Airfield, we hit taxiway Echo to Echo 1 to Kilo to Echo 2 across the runway to Foxtrot 1 down to Golf 2, which goes into net jets, out that, cross back over the runway to Echo, then we hit the runway itself. This is a shorter route, shorter runway, shorter taxiways, but we don't have high speeds or anything like that on here, so normally we can do a route in about 30 minutes, average about 18 to 20 miles an hour. Today we're going a little faster, there's no snow on it and stuff, that way we can get this video completed more quickly. So when you are in the lead broom, or lead multi-function I should say, you got to make sure you know where that snow's coming from, which way the wind's blowing. Try to use that wind to your advantage instead of fighting it, use it. So you always got to be thinking 2-3 steps ahead. Your next turn, you got to be checking your rear view mirrors, make sure your pack is still with you. If you are in the spot 2 through 5 and you see somebody ahead of you not doing something correctly, get a little shout out on the radio like, hey, you're brooming the wrong way, or hey, you're leaving a lot of stuff behind. So make sure we're helping everybody out. The North Airfield, the runway 28 right, 10 left is 8,000 feet long, and it is 150 feet wide. So when it does snow an inch, and we got an inch of snow on there, which we rarely do because we're always on top of it, but just imagine how much snow that actually is on that many square feet of pavement. As you can see up on the right, we are entering the terminal area. See all the Concourse C. These are the North Concourse. Delta Airlines usually operates out of that with Spirit and I think Breeze Airways. So be on the lookout for aircraft coming in and out of that area. Hopefully, and Snow Boss should be directing all the traffic or coordinating traffic with air traffic control and making sure the aircraft avoid the pack so we can keep moving. This is how we get this runway cleared or this airfield cleared in 30 minutes, is by keep moving. Anytime we have to stop and slow down and turn, and any extra turns, it takes a couple extra minutes and adds to our time. Coming up on taxiway Echo 1, and we're going to be making a right-hand turn into the terminal. When you, like I said before, when you're making this turn, you're going to be watching out the aircraft. As you can see, currently we don't have any aircraft on our de-ice ramp. Obviously, it's 40-50 degrees out. That's why we're training. It's not snowing, and but aircraft will be coming from the north side of B, Concourse C, coming out to the de-ice ramp to get the ice, and potentially coming this way if they need something or if they're going to their gates. So this area in the ramp, it's one of our hot spots. So even though you're following the lead broom or the lead multifunction, it's still your responsibility to keep your head on a swivel and make sure you don't come in contact with any aircraft. Now we're coming up, we are on the north side of Concourse B ramp. We're going to be making a right-hand turn on taxiway Kilo to Echo 2, crossing the runway to Foxtrot 1. And then we're going to hit Foxtrot for our northern tenants, MPW, AEP, NetJets, and Nationwide. When you're coming through here, we're just trying to kind of make a straight pass through here. I know we just got done off of Echo. We may be putting stuff back on Echo, but that's just some of the downfalls of this route. But we can live with it because we're going to be hitting Echo literally every time. So the ridge should not be as bad. We also have a blower in the pack too, so any ridges will be getting blown off and minimal snow will be left. And planes can taxi through snow. Not ideal, but they can. So now we're entering Foxtrot 1 here. We just crossed runway 28 left, 10 right. We're going to be heading westbound on Foxtrot, and Jameer's going to make that a call. As a lead broom or as lead multifunction operator, you're going to have to make calls. That just lets everybody know where the pack is at the time. That helps airport operations out to let them know where the pack is, how much time's left, and if tower needs to cross an aircraft from one side to the other, that ops already knows where we're at and where we should be. So basically what it comes down to is safety. Also, when he goes brooms left, brooms right, that lets the people behind them know which way to turn their brooms. You should be paying attention out in front of you, which way the person in front of you has it. But sometimes when you get snow and dark and all these pretty lights shining, it gets kind of confusing and it can become overwhelming. So that's why we practice. We are in our third week of practice right now. We want this to become muscle memory and not muscle memory for everybody, so that way it's not a reaction, it's just a proaction. Alright, so we're approaching Foxtrot 3 and Golf 2. NetJets, they're one of our busier tenants over here on the north side. So part of the standard route is to go into Golf 2. Instead of taking the whole 5 MTEs into it, the first 3 go in. So the last 2 hold short of Foxtrot 3 right here and wait for the lead operator and the 2 other MTEs to come out. Enter it. The ramp is not as busy today. It may not be as busy on during snow events, but always take a look, make sure there's nobody coming out. Like I said before, snow boss, airport operations, airfield maintenance supervisor, other operators should be all paying attention. But if we have 4, 5, 6, 10 people listening to the radio, we reduce the risk of an incident happening or an accident happening. Come in here, you're going to do like a little turnaround on the ramp. So as you saw the other MTEs go past, they're going to complete the turn we just did and they're going to come out. With 3 MTEs, we can get this full width, full length. And as we make our transition across from Golf 2 to Foxtrot 3, Jameer there, he's swinging out all the way to the left here. We're going to try to get this as full width, full length as much as possible for the aircraft to use. From Foxtrot 3, we crossed the runway and we are going to be entering Echo 4. Once again, we'll make sure our plows are down and brooms are going on Echo 4. This gives another turn off for the aircraft if they're landing on 2/8. Okay, now we're finishing off into the grass area. As you see, we're heading straight toward the grass, and what this does is takes all that snow that we've been removing and puts it out into the infield there. We already did it on Echo, so we don't want to. We want to minimize how much we put back on Echo. As we are driving westbound on Echo, our plows and brooms are up since this has already been cleared. Deadheading, that's just part of this route. Yes, it could be a little bit of wasteful time, but this is what we figured out. This is the least amount of wasted time we have and still get what we all need to do and still maintain an effective and efficient snow removal. As we enter Echo 6, typically we will split the runway. If the winds are too strong out of the north or south, we'll take it from edge to edge. Today, we're going to do our standard snow removal on it, which is splitting the runway. By splitting the runway, you're not overloading one edge of the runway with all the snow. You're kind of dividing and conquer. Because like I said before, just imagine you have 8,000 feet by 150 feet. How many square feet is that? Put an inch of snow on it. You're going to have lots and lots of snow on your edges. We do have a blower in the pack, part of our standard package. They are able to blow 7,500 tons per hour of snow. So you can handle a lot of snow, but you know, if we can minimize the strain on that equipment, the better. And now we're heading eastbound on runway 10 left, 28 right. And if you're in airport operations and you're typically you're watching this video, if we're on 10s, you'll be lining up right now at the 10 end with your continuous function measurement equipment, your CFME. If we are landing on 2/8s, you'll be positioning yourself. I think I can see them down there on Foxtrot 2 waiting for us to make our turns. And as soon as we start doing that last pass on the runway, you guys can begin your testing of friction. About 2,000 feet remaining here, as you can see by that sign that says 2 on it. That means 2,000 feet remaining of the runway. So we need to start thinking, looking how we're going to make our turns. Taking a look at Echo 1 in the ramp, terminal ramp, to make sure there's no aircraft in our way. If there is, you might have to audible, maybe go down Echo to turn around. We'll see, but typically the standard route is to go down Echo 1 into the ramp, U-turn it, and come back out. As you can see at Foxtrot 1, airport operations, looks like they're setting up ready to do the friction testing. As there they are. So once we make the turn, they can or once we start down the runway, they allow us to get up, you know, a couple thousand feet ahead of them, and then they start their run. Making a right-hand turn into Echo 1. You're raising your broom up because you already did Echo here. Depending on where the snow's coming from, you might have to finish into the grass area. Now we're doing a big U-turn. Like I said, this is one of our hot spots on the T of Concourse B here on the north side by Bravo 2931 gate area. This can be very congested. This can be very planes coming in and out of the icing, going to and from the ramp area, and then you add snow removal onto it. So as you can see, our rest of our pack is starting their turnarounds as we head out Echo 1 onto the runway. We're just passing some of the 5 things that let you know you're entering a runway area or the runway safety area. We had those big red signs. They're called hold short signs. They're also painted on the ground called surface painted hold. We had the runway guard lights, the wigwags, where they go back and forth, the yellow things. We also had the hold short bar, which was a double yellow line with a double dash line. If you're on the dash side, you're on the runway side. If you're on the solid 2 lines, you are on the runway or taxiway side. And then the last thing is the taxiway enhancement line. I'm not sure if you're able to see it. It's a center line with zipper effect going up to the hold short bar. Now we're heading back westbound on runway 28 right, 10 left. This is our final pass. So once that last broom or multi-function gets a couple thousand feet down, airport operations will start their run doing their friction testing. Ideally, if we can all finish up roughly about the same time on the west end, then we can transition straight into doing taxiway and hotel, and crossover hotel, and then go to the South Airfield. Some things with hotel we might have to do. We might have to do a little wagon wheel on it. It's called cutting it back. It's basically cutting out like a half moon shape into the taxiway, so that way you're getting it edge to edge. We might have a little video of that here later on, just to show how to do it, to cut it back. We like to do that with a lot of our intersections during cleanup mode. That way we get it edge to edge and we don't leave anything else. Because our goal is, once we're in cleanup mode, is to return the airport back to normal operations as possible with no services closed or any contaminations on those services. So we got about 3,000 feet left remaining as we come in to the end here. Hope you enjoyed this video. Jameer says to smash the like button, hit subscribe. We need to become YouTube sensations on this channel. approach the approach end of 10 left, or the departure end of 28 right, we're going to be making a left-hand turn onto Echo 6. And like I said, we're either going to the hold pad or start cutting back taxiway hotel to Cross Hotel to transition over to the South Airfield. Airport operations should be getting us hotel at this time if this is during a normal event. If we are waiting for to either go out on the runway and stuff, we may take everybody and clean off the hold pad. That way it's usable for aircraft to park. So at this time we're just clearing off or exiting the movement area onto the hold pad, and so hope you enjoyed the video.